I want to quickly talk to you about Shopify versus WooCommerce versus BigCommerce. Which online store builder is the best for you? Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous if you were to ask me. And if you are doing as terrific as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I'll be talking to you. I'll be doing a compare and contrast between Shopify, WooCommerce, and BigCommerce. So if you're looking to build an online store that can take your business to the next level, Shopify, WooCommerce, and BigCommerce for sure are three of the best e-commerce website builders in the game, right? Now, the question is, among the three, which is the best for your site? So this review will show you which platform is best for you as depending upon the needs that you have, depending upon your vision and the niche you're in. So we'll go over all the important things to consider when using an online store builder, including things like ease of use, design, sales tools, and pricing. This is kind of important because properly choosing and successfully implementing an e-commerce platform can help you actually kill several birds with one stone. Think about it. You can create and streamline a customer base. You can attract new customers. You can start engaging the sleeper part of the target audience. In other words, you're trying to awaken those prospects who are just waiting for you to actually provide the services and products they want. And last but not the least, you can actually set up an in-depth tracking process for all the KPIs, the key performance indicators that are very important for you. And you can even monitor the work of staff. Now, first thing first, you need to get the most fitting system for your business. This is very important. And this is where this comparison between Shopify, WooCommerce, and BigCommerce is going to be very helpful for you. Before I get into the nitty-gritty, please check out this e-commerce solution evaluation approach video. We basically actually have a rigorous approach when it comes to categorizing, reviewing, and listing all the e-commerce solutions that we review on this show. Check this out right now. All right, folks, let's first talk about the pros and cons of this trifecta. So Shopify, what are the pros and cons? Shopify is the best all-around e-commerce platform, hands down. You can sell across multiple channels. And what are the cons here? Transaction fees for alternative payment gateways are kind of high. And there is need to reformat if you're switching themes. So this inflexibility in the design is kind of a problem. What about WooCommerce now? Let's talk about WooCommerce. What are the pros here? You have limitless customization. And this is fantastic for SEO. And what are the WooCommerce cons? Many features are self-coded or paid extensions, and you got to have advanced tech knowledge to be able to use WooCommerce. And what about BigCommerce? BigCommerce has on the pros, you have most built-in features, fantastic, and you have excellent SEO features. And what are the cons of BigCommerce? Editing interface is tricky to navigate, and there is currently, as of the date of this show, there's no mobile app. So I kind of show you the pros and cons of those three three store builders, let's talk now about the main differences. So you kind of have an idea of what we're talking about when you need to make a decision about Shopify versus WooCommerce versus BigCommerce. What are the main differences? Shopify and BigCommerce are what we call all-in-one e-commerce solutions. So they have everything you need to start selling online all in one place. Better still, you don't need to know any code to be able to use them. WooCommerce is slightly different. So basically, it's not a store builder per se, it's a WordPress plugin, meaning you add it to your site to enable e-commerce functionality. And it's known as a self-hosted software, meaning it gives you unlimited coding customization, but the flip side is it requires a lot of tech know-how to get a store up and running. Let me give you an example. You will need to sort out web hosting and security, for example, if you want to use, if you want to go with WooCommerce. All right. And so you now know the difference between these three platforms, but who are they best for? So Shopify really is best for any online store. WooCommerce, powered by Bluehost, is best for users who want lots of customization. And BigCommerce is best for businesses looking to scale. Now let's talk about ease of use. This is very important when we talk about website, when we talk about the user experience, the UX. So generally speaking, all around e-commerce platforms like Shopify and BigCommerce are far easier to use than self-hosting plugins like WooCommerce. The reason is very simple. When you really think about it, it's very simple. All the building tools are supplied to you, ready to go. So to find out just how easy each platform is to use, we actually did a lot of research, and we spoke to a lot of people, hundreds of people, and we asked them basically to rank those three builders in addition to our own research. And our results found that Shopify was the simplest of the three, and well ahead of a BigCommerce. And Shopify has plenty of visual cues, consistent typography, and uses simple language. It makes setting up an online store feel like a walk in the park, really, if you think about it. And BigCommerce is a powerful platform, but with such power comes a learning curve, right? So it throws you into the deep end slightly by using technical language, and basically provides a relatively cluttered interface, right? So, and WooCommerce was the hardest of the trio to use. Basically, this is, as I've been saying all over, as I've been saying for the last 5 minutes, WooCommerce is designed for the technologically savvy who know how to code and program. And WooCommerce requires more effort than Shopify and BigCommerce, but you will not be completely in the dark though. The good thing is that WooCommerce comes with a setup wizard that will walk you through initial steps like creating pages, setting up payments, and choosing shipping options. All right. So WooCommerce is a self-hosted plugin giving you unlimited customization. So who's the winner here in this category? Ease of use. Shopify takes the first round, hands down. This is our best platform, thanks to its visual aids, clear interface, and use of simple language. BigCommerce is more complicated with a more confusing editing page, while WooCommerce requires the most technical knowledge of all. Now let's talk about build time. When it comes to Shopify versus WooCommerce versus BigCommerce, which has the shortest build time? Build time is kind of important, folks. It is one of the more complicated sections for us to examine. Why? Because when you think about it, the time it takes to build a website with WooCommerce varies hugely. Since WooCommerce is a WordPress plugin, you will need to install WordPress before you can set up WooCommerce, right? So you have this additional step. So if you have a WordPress site, then build time is relatively quick because it's just a question of adding the plugin. Now, if you don't already have a WordPress site set up, obviously it will take longer. This is just very simple. But even if your host does not automatically install WordPress, you can still use an auto installer that will let you do it with just a few clicks, but you got to know how to do it. You have to have that technical know-how to get it done. So WooCommerce build time is also longer because you'll have to sort out web hosting yourself and do some of your own coding. Now with BigCommerce and Shopify, you have the hosting done automatically. It's part of the package, right? So Shopify and BigCommerce are both the complete package. That's what I just said. It means that what? It means that after signing up, you have all the components you need to build an online store in one place. How do this two all-in-one platforms compare then? Now, a Shopify store can be yours in just a few hours thanks to its visual cues and simple language. Whereas building a BigCommerce store usually takes around a day or two because of a more complex editing interface. So such speed should not be a surprise though, because it's all about the technical know-how of the person who is doing it. So if you have a beginner, chances are, you're not going to have a fast build time. So what's the verdict here? The verdict in terms of build time, the winner in this category is Shopify. Shopify has the quickest build time, taking just a few hours to create an online store. And BigCommerce requires a bit more thought, but doesn't take too long to get building. WooCommerce has by far the longest build time, requiring users to host and code their sites themselves. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you? We're still having a conversation about Shopify versus WooCommerce versus BigCommerce. Let's now talk about the design flexibility. It's very important. This is an important criterion when it comes to online store building. Design flexibility. Selling online is not just about tools, features, and apps. No, your store needs to look great too, right? So if customers enjoy visiting your website, they're more likely to make a purchase and come back for more. That's definitely the premise here. And in our research, we've seen that Shopify offers 10 free themes and over 50 paid options, which cost between $140 and $180. However, if you switch templates, you will not only need to pay, but also reformat your whole site, which takes some time. And Shopify has beautiful themes to match almost any industry, giving you plenty of flexibility. So that's for Shopify. BigCommerce, on the other hand, lets you pick from 12 free themes and over 100 paid templates, which range from $145 to $235. And this may seem expensive, but with BigCommerce backing you up, your business is more than likely to succeed in the long run. So BigCommerce has set prices for its paid themes, so you know exactly what you're paying for. This is pretty cool. We actually love that transparency in pricing from BigCommerce. It's fantastic. Now, when it comes to design, this is where WooCommerce shines. You can really let your creative juices flow with its limitless customization and even design your own theme. Think about that. So if you have the coding skill, you really can woo your customers with a wonderful website of your own making, really. And now the thing is, if you're not comfortable coding, then you can use WordPress built-in customizer to create custom menus, change styles and taglines, and update your homepage settings. And the cool thing here is that you can start with WooCommerce's storefront theme, which is a free e-commerce template built to integrate perfectly with WooCommerce website processes. And if you power your online store with Bluehost, you can specifically choose a WooCommerce hosting package that includes the storefront theme. Isn't that wonderful? You can even customize your WooCommerce themes as much as you like, provided you know how to code WooCommerce. Now, WooCommerce is one thing that I want to say here is that WooCommerce lets you add and remove fields like company name and date of birth, and you can change input field labels and placeholder text as you see fit. So you have the whole 9 yards here. One last thing though, folks, it's kind of worth noting that all three platforms' themes are mobile responsive. This means that whichever builder you choose, the site you create will look great on screen of any size. So what is the winner here? Our verdict in terms of design flexibility, hands down, WooCommerce. WooCommerce wins this one easily. If you know how to code, you have unlimited customization options at your fingertips. On top of that, its themes are considerably cheaper. Shopify and BigCommerce may be easier to design overall, but they're also more rigid, so the result is clear. WooCommerce is the winner here. Now let's talk about E-commerce tools and features. Obviously, if you are building an online store, you want to have the whole gamut of e-commerce tools and features, right? So it's no use having a beautiful online store if you don't have the tools to sell with. Just think about it. You're not likely to make much money in your brick and mortar shop if you're hiring incompetent salespeople, right? So the analogy applies to the e-commerce world as well. So when it comes to sales tools, Shopify and BigCommerce are two experts in the e-commerce world. So with either builder, there is no real limit to what or how much you can do with your stock. So their inventory systems are terrific, and they let you sell an unlimited number of different products on all price points, while you can also print customizable shipping labels. Shopify does, however, have stronger coupon capabilities. Let me give you an example. Shopify will allow you to display a discount as a featured product on your homepage, whereas BigCommerce cannot. And Shopify offers some of the best free sales tools on the market. What about WooCommerce? Now, WooCommerce has a lot of e-commerce tools to boast about, but you will need, again, the theme here is you need more technical knowledge to get the most out of them. Because WooCommerce is an open source software, your options for tools are limitless if you're comfortable tweaking some code. That said, you can still get the basics without coding. So WooCommerce offers automated task calculations, live shipping rates from leading carriers, and the option to embed products into different store pages. So in terms of features, e-commerce tools and features, what's the verdict? Now this is a close one, but Shopify just wins. It has the most comprehensive range of sales tools on the market, so it's a worthy winner. However, BigCommerce comes a close second, also offering unlimited products and great shipping options, and this is kind of important. Now, in terms of sales features, WooCommerce, they do have great tools, don't get me wrong, but you cannot make the most of them without some technical expertise. I want to talk now about payment options and fees. All right, how do all those three actually square up? Let's dig a little into this. Now, accepting more payment gateways means more people can buy your products. It's that simple. The question is which builder supports the most, because that's the thing. You want to look for, if you want to scale your business, if you want to scale your online presence, you got to have access to a vast payment platform, right? All three platforms, according to our research, support a vast range of payment gateways, including PayPal, Stripe, Google Pay, Apple Pay. No problem with that, even Venmo. However, the key differences between the three involve the amount of choice on offer, as well as transaction fees. Now, transaction fees are kind of important because they can actually eat into your profit. And you might say, oh, this is only 1%, but 1% of 1 million is 10,000. So that's a lot of money here. 2% of 1 million, that's 20,000. So this pennies and dollars, they do add up. So unlike the other two, Shopify imposes its own transaction fees on all gateways apart from its own Shopify payments. What I'm trying to say here is that if you don't use Shopify payments to process your transactions, you are going to pay some fees to Shopify. This is just a way for them to say, listen, we have built this wonderful tool here and we would love you to use it. But if you choose not to, we will be getting some cut anyway from your transactions. In terms of choice, BigCommerce is quite limited, whereas Shopify and WooCommerce offer over 100 more options. So WooCommerce gives you access to 100 plus payment options without imposing any of its own transaction fees. So in terms of the payment option, who's the winner here? What's our verdict? WooCommerce. So WooCommerce bags its second win because it offers more than 100 payment options, unlike BigCommerce, without imposing its own transaction fees, unlike Shopify. Think about that. So you get the best of both worlds. So while all three platforms have a solid choice of payment gateways, it's a matter of variety and cost that wins this round for WooCommerce. Now I want to talk to you about marketing tools and features. And this is kind of important, right? So I'm going to look at three things: SEO, social media, and multi-channel integration. So for any online business or even offline business for that matter, promotion is vital for growth. And in terms of e-commerce stores, having great marketing tools bring more clicks and dollars to your site, right? Because that's the goal. You want to increase conversions, and conversions conversion rates are sort of linked to a whole host of things, including search engine optimization. So what is SEO? SEO is basically the process that helps your website rank higher on search engines like Google and Bing. It's an important part of selling online though, because if no one can find your website, guess what? How are they going to buy your products in the first place? And luckily, all the 3 platforms that I'm reviewing today provide strong SEO tools. So each one lets you edit meta titles and descriptions. So this is basically the text that appears in Google searches. You can update URLs. So this is your web page address. So keeping it relevant makes it easier for people to find you online. And you can add image alt text. This kind of helps Google identify the content of an image. However, where Shopify stumbles is its lack of keyword support. BigCommerce and WooCommerce both recommend words to use in product descriptions that will help them rank higher on search engines. So that's for SEO. What about social media? Now, both Shopify and WooCommerce rely heavily on third-party integrations. So while this can add to your cost, it will give you precious flexibility. So you can add sharing buttons, introduce social media marketing apps, and link your post to your Shopify or WooCommerce websites. And the cool thing here is that BigCommerce is a self-sufficient platform. It has actually the biggest choice for when it comes to built-in features, but you will need to use separate apps to add social media feeds to your website. What about multi-channel integration? So selling across more channels gives you a wider audience, so you can see the advantages already, right? So Shopify, BigCommerce, and WooCommerce all let you sell across multiple channels, including Facebook, Instagram, eBay, and Amazon. Now, BigCommerce offers multi-channel selling, letting you promote your product to a huge audience. However, in our analysis, in our research, we were particularly impressed with Shopify for its easy integrations with the likes of BuzzFeed, Kick, and Wanalo. So what is our verdict here? Who's the winner when it comes to marketing tools and features? This is a really, really, really tough call, folks, between Shopify and BigCommerce, but we are going to give the win to BigCommerce. The 2 platforms are extremely close in terms of marketing tools, but Shopify relies more on apps, while BigCommerce has the most built-in features of any platform. And WooCommerce is unable to compete in this department. So BigCommerce is the winner when it comes to marketing tools and features. Now, I want to talk to you about the plugins and integrations. Now, plugins and integrations are add-ons that you can install to enhance your e-commerce website. So everything from live chat boxes to affiliate marketing software falls under this category, and you'll definitely want a good selection of plugins at your fingertips so that you can give your customers a great experience, right? So Shopify's App Store and BigCommerce Apps Marketplace both offer hundreds of free and paid plugins across all kinds of categories, from shipping and fulfillment to CRM and customer service. And you can easily go the extra mile with services like geolocation for different languages and currencies, or segmentation for email marketing. It really depends on you. But as far as plugins go, it's WooCommerce that really impresses, really, by far. WooCommerce itself is a plugin for WordPress, which means it's built to add all kinds of e-commerce features to a WordPress website. But beyond that, WooCommerce offers hundreds of free and paid extensions with even more possibilities than Shopify or BigCommerce's app stores. In addition, WooCommerce offers pre-made extension collections or groups of extensions curated for different purposes. So this is kind of fantastic because you have a collection for everything, whether it is launching a new store or selling a CBD online. So for plugins and integrations, the verdicts, WooCommerce. So while Shopify and BigCommerce both offer an impressive amount of free and paid plugins, WooCommerce's volume and diversity of plugins just can't be beat. So WooCommerce is the winner here. What about help and support? Basically, Shopify provides 24/7 and live chat support, as well as email assistance. It also has a fantastic help center packed with loads of Shopify related queries and answers. And BigCommerce is able to match Shopify in what it offers. However, WooCommerce takes the cake for help and support, really. Not only does it have its own small in-house support team and ticket system, but you also get access to your hosting provider's support services. And most hosting providers don't skimp on the customer service option either. So Bluehost earned a perfect 100% for customer support in our hosting research and offers live chat, email ticket, and 24/7 phone support. So for help and support, the winner here in our research, WooCommerce, hands down. WooCommerce is pretty unbeatable for help and support. So between WooCommerce itself and your hosting provider, you'll have double the support options to help you. Shopify and BigCommerce offer great options, but they cannot compare to having WooCommerce and Bluehost on the same team. Remember, WooCommerce is powered by Bluehost. All right. Now let's talk about pricing and value for money, because this is this is the kind of section where things get a little complicated, right? Because you heard all the goodies about either service. It's fantastic. Now let's talk about money. While Shopify and BigCommerce have set price plans, so you know exactly what you're going to pay, calculating your WooCommerce cost takes a bit more time. Now let me clarify that. Well, WooCommerce is a free plugin, so right off the bat, there is no cost, right? However, you will need to pay for extras like an SSL security certificate that's like $9 per year, and your own web hosting, which usually comes to around $10 per month. And each plan lets you sell unlimited products and provides you with all the brilliant tools we discussed earlier in the show, right? So if you opt for the advanced plan, you'll gain access to awesome features like third-party shipping calculations and lower credit card rates. And Shopify has 3 price plans, but you can still test out the platform with a 14-day free trial. That's fantastic, right? You can just see if it's good for you. If not, okay. And BigCommerce also lets you try before you buy with a 15-day trial. And it has 3 core price plans to choose from after that, starting from $29 per month, going all the way up to $249 per month. There is also an enterprise plan, which you will need a quote for. And the cool thing here is that you get unlimited bandwidth on all plans and 0 transaction fees. However, on the standard plan, you don't benefit from abandoned cart recovery features, which is really an important tool for any business looking to scale, right? So this is something you have to think about. And BigCommerce offers they offer a 15-day free trial, one of the longest on the market. So you have plenty of time to decide if it's right for you. And so that's fantastic. Now, as you can see, BigCommerce and Shopify here will cost more overall than WooCommerce, but their monthly plan are easy to manage because it's just one lump sum. So our verdict here, who is the winner here? Who is the winner when it comes to pricing and value for money? WooCommerce, because it is a completely free plugin, and while web hosting is an additional cost, there are so many pricing plans to choose from that you can tailor it to your budget. On the other hand, Shopify and BigCommerce both have relatively expensive pricing plan, although they are 2 of the best all-in-one platforms around. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are about to wrap up today's conversation. So I've been talking to you about, we've been doing a compare and contrast between Shopify and WooCommerce and BigCommerce, right? So here is the takeaway. You should use Shopify if you want to get online with no hassle. You value great sales tools, and you don't mind transaction fees for most payment gateways. And you should use WooCommerce powered by Bluehost if you want unlimited freedom to customize your site. You want great help and support options, and you don't mind a little bit of coding if you are technologically savvy. Yeah, that's fantastic. And you should use BigCommerce if you want to scale your business, Let's say you are in a niche that is growing and you want to scale your business. You value great marketing tools and you don't mind a small learning curve. And don't forget that each platform offers a free trial so you can test any or all of them out. You can test them out risk-free. So I want you to take a look right now on the screen here. I'm showing you something that you will like. And this is a recap of what we talked about today. And the first table here, I'm just walking you through all the features that we tested in our research and that I spoke to you about today. So you can see here the category. So you have Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, and the winner. So when it comes to ease of use, Shopify is the winner. When it comes to build time, Shopify is again the winner. It has the quickest build time, taking just a few hours to create a store. When it comes to design, as you can see on the screen right now, WooCommerce, powered by Bluehost, is a winner. When it comes to e-commerce tools, Shopify is the winner. When it comes to payment options, WooCommerce is the winner, because WooCommerce gives you access to more than 100 payment options and does not impose its own transaction fees. And the second table here I want to show you here, when it comes to marketing tools, BigCommerce is the winner. It does not rely on third-party apps. Unlike Shopify, it has the most built-in features of any platform. What about the plugins? WooCommerce is the winner. When it comes to help and support, WooCommerce is the winner, because they have 24. They can actually help you a lot. They can actually move your company and your platform to the next level here. And pricing, that's what I was looking for here. Yeah, the pricing. When it comes to pricing, WooCommerce is the winner, because it's free, but individual costs like SSL certificates, themes, and web hosting are tricky to calculate, but work out quite cheap. All right. So our pick, the overall winner, our pick for today's conversation is Shopify. Shopify is our winner. Our score 10 over 10. WooCommerce is second close, 9.5 over 10. And BigCommerce comes third at 9 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. Good luck with everything. And until next time, remember, stay marvelous.